tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Zoe, I think we need an oh yeah from you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right, working on it.
Pleasant.
That was pleasant. Hey guys, we are here at AfterBuzz TV. We are back. We are here doing our after show for Shark Tank. We've got episode 4. Oh, we got a full panel again. I love it. I love it. I'm your host Stef Z, and on the panel to my left, starting with the handsome Cameron Lewis.
Hey y'all, at the only camshaft. I didn't say y'all. Why did I say that?
I don't know.
At the only camshaft, Twitter and Instagram. Zoe.
Hey, glad to be back this week, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Zoe Said What. That's Zoe. Zoe.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram. GuyDavid86. The audience probably just dropped. They're like, he's back. Switch off.
Turn it off.
I know. It's okay. We
Turn
will
it
take
off.
his mic if he talks too long. And I forgot, you guys can tweet me at I am Stef Z. Yeah, we're back, full
How
panel.
am I
We
meant to
love
focus
it.
with his face? It's irritating.
If you guys haven't realized already, there's a lot of love on this panel. There is a banter. But let's most people when they banter, they're eating some pizza. Maybe they're eating pizza from Table 87
I
Pizza.
certainly hope so.
You know what? Thomas comes in. He's got this pizza pitch. He is, I'm from New York. I'm sure Cam, you haven't been to New York ever.
What? Really?
No? Yeah, see?
I haven't.
Is he allowed on the panel still?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, guys never
Shots
seen
fired.
Star Wars. We
Yeah.
just found that out before the show.
I think it's more wrong that you haven't been to New York. The greatest
Agreed.
city in the
Seriously?
world.
Agreed. Yes, agreed. Anyway,
I go there just to
me
eat
being
lunch.
from New York, you guys have been to New York.
Yes.
Thomas was the epitome of Brooklyn. He had it to the T.
Do you know what?
Perfect.
This was
I
my
love this
favorite
guy.
pitch of the whole year. The whole season so
Really?
far.
Really?
The
Why?
Brooklyn accent, the pizza, the pie reminded me of New York, Brooklyn. I just wanted to go back. And
Yeah.
I wanted to eat pizza. I got so hungry. Did you get hungry?
I did. I
for
wanted
sure.
so much pizza.
I feel like too that's part of his charm. So what he was doing, he has figured out a way, which this doesn't exist to my knowledge. To anyone's, I'm pretty sure he's the first one to do this. A restaurant that will cook their food normally, then freeze pack it in order to be shipped out. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and by the
why
way-
has no one done that?
Well, I think what's special too is that it's a special coal oven. It's not just any oven.
Yeah, so there's several things about this process. There's the coal oven. There's the fact that he cooks the thing all together, and then he flash freezes it. It's not normal freezing. It's like a vacuum seal, and then they do it. And it takes 2 minutes to cook it. And it's only by the slice. I mean, they have the pies too, but they offer the slice alone. That's crazy.
Your little new gadget.
I get passionate
break.
about pizza.
It is crazy. He's asking for $200,000 for 10% of his company, and I feel like it's a brilliant idea. I loved it. As soon as I saw it, I loved it. I want to go to the grocery store and see a piece of pizza
Me
that
too.
looks like that and buy it and take it home and heat it up or leave it out on the table
didn't
so
even-
that when it gets room temperature, I can eat it.
I didn't even know that stuff was legal. Like, you FDA
Pizza?
approved. No,
Oh,
you
it's
can,
been
like-
legal for years, guy.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
can, like, freeze it and flatten it and... What was I saying? Don't look at me when I talk. I lose my train of thought immediately. Please. But he's brilliant. The accent. The Brooklyn accent. I'm trying to...
Forget about it.
Yeah,
Question
forget about
for
it.
Forget about it.
Zoe, Guy, Steph, would any of you pay, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here because I think we all like this
$5
guy. for the
for
most
a
part.
slice of pizza.
$5 per slice of pizza.
It's
Would you
high.
pay this?
I'd pay it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Zoe?
I don't know, but it sort of ties into, I'm going to say something, you guys might kick me off the panel.
It's
for
okay.
saying it.
That's good.
It's
That's
a
good.
big thing. I don't like leftover pizza.
No, you're off the panel.
I thought so. So to
So
me,
apparently I'm the only one that will be here next week because everybody else has got kicked off for some reason. So let's see if I'll even be here.
so to me, you know, when they say this pizza warms up, it's already cooked, all I can think is that's the pizza that's been like sitting in my fridge overnight. That's leftover pizza, which I don't like to eat. So I really wanted to go to this guy's restaurant and try the pizza fresh because all the sharks loved it. But I wouldn't pay $5 because it's left over.
Well, I feel like
think
part
leftovers
of that
don't
is
work.
what he's trying to. I see what you're saying. It's not the same as the experience, but I feel like what he's trying to do is create that it will taste the same as if it's fresh. I know it's not.
But how can that cheese? It's the cheese that does it. Like, how can the cheese, when it's warmed up to room temperature, taste like fresh cheese?
If you put it in a toaster oven, put it in a toaster oven.
What does that do?
That makes it fresh. It will make it squishy. I know what you mean. Because I'm not a big fan of leftover
Squishy.
pizza, but only because if you microwave it, it turns out to be like...
Leftover
rubber.
pizza,
It's rubber and
when you wake
cardboard.
up hungover, there's nothing better.
Then what? Did you say liquid
Leftover
pizza?
Pizza from the night before, you put it in the fridge, you go out drinking, you wake up at 10 a.m., you have some water and leftover pizza.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Water and pizza?
Water, you gotta hydrate when you... What's wrong with you? Is that weird?
Yes.
You've already kicked me out of the country about 3 times before we went on air.
Pizza.
This is the best conversation ever.
So basically, since I'm the only one who can talk, do any of you agree with me that it's essentially leftover pizza? Like, it's yucky.
I see your point. Why don't you like quote unquote leftover pizza?
She's gone.
It has to do with how it warms up. So, I'm not saying anything against the guy. I think he was great,
Yeah.
and I agree with you guys. I agree with the sharks. Stef Z is tearing up over here because she is... Oh my god, like the tears are dripping, you guys.
Take over this weekend.
I love it.
Just to-
No.
But in all honesty, the slice for $5, the slice is big though, right? It's like
No,
a
it's a
Brooklyn
normal
piece.
slice. Yeah, but that's...
like a normal size.
Wait.
It's
Before we go further, I want to know what you don't like about leftover pizza. Is it the consistency?
said-
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the
Okay.
consistency. It's just the cheese is not the same.
Okay.
Oh, that's fair, but I mean, this guy, I bought it. I would if I was a fan. I don't know about you guys, but the best stuff.
Okay, if he weren't from New York, would you like be this emotional?
The reason why I liked him, if he would have had the same presentation, yes, because he said pie. People out here don't say pie. That's
Yeah.
how you know a true pizza
Yeah.
maker. They call it a pie. They don't call it a pizza. You don't go and say, I'm going to order 2 pizzas. You say, I want 2 pies.
I thought that was American. I didn't know that
No.
was just strictly Brooklyn. 'Cause we don't say that in Australia. But I thought that was American
Nope.
way.
In New York, they say pie. They
What
don't
do you
say
say
pie
if you
here.
want to order like a pie in New York?
You say a pie, but people
No, but
here
like-
say pizza.
No, but like a apple pie.
You say
You're like an apple pizza?
Stop it.
So
You
he
say
did
apple-
wind up. He did wind up with a deal, right?
He did.
He did.
He got a couple offers too. So which again, I love when they have multiple sharks giving multiple offers. And again, you see this guy, he's going through his head. He's good. Not only is he fit the part, he's got a product that's unique. He's smart. He's trying to negotiate with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he's got all the makings, all the ingredients for a good business
And
partner.
talk about stereotyping someone. If you put like 4 guys there and said which one's the pizza guy, you pick him straight away, right? The bald
Yeah.
fat guy with the Brooklyn accent.
He totally looked like Mr. Wonderful. That was great when he's like, let's have these 2 hairs do it together.
I want to go to his pizza place in New York.
Yes.
I will
I do
search
too.
that thing out. I will find that. That's
I
the
want to
one
go
thing
too.
I wanted to go to.
That was one thing that stood out to all the sharks, that this business was only a piece of his whole business. It wasn't part of the brick and mortar shops, which I feel like was an interesting aspect, because you think if one would, I don't know why he wouldn't do them together and just give a different percentage or figure something out, because wouldn't you want one to help the other, and if this one grows, then some of the money from this can go into that. Like, he has to have a clear cut separation now, which I don't know if, I feel like that could get messy.
They only paid for the frozen pizza slice, right?
Yeah.
That's what they invested in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said and the
and the
pies.
pies.
And I think
yeah.
that makes sense. I think it
Yeah.
makes total sense because it sounds like he already has a successful business with the restaurants and he wants to keep that separate. Even, really, he's just using the facilities right now.
Even with like the name in those, say if for some reason, the only reason, the way that I see it getting messy is, say if someone gets really sick from this frozen piece of pizza and sues him, it will affect both names.
So you
wonder-
think if they split it up, that it should be a separate name?
Kinda.
But it might be legally that they can split it up like an LLC or some other sub corporation. Sort of like when production companies make movies, they always have a sub company do it. That's what you always see in the movie credits.
But still,
So-
and that's fine for the back end, but if the name is the same name on the pizza that is on the restaurant, if one name
so
gets
just word of
tainted, then the other one will somehow they'll be tied together. That was my only, like, if something goes wrong, if this gets tainted, or if someone gets into a fight, if some, waiter breaks a glass and someone drinks a piece of glass in their ice at the restaurant, like something crazy happens like that, then they're going to associate this name with this product or vice versa.
Yeah.
Which
that's
to
a good
me is
point.
the only thing that kind of stood out as being messy for the intertwining of the
Call the brick and mortar table 87. Call the frozen business table 88. Problem solved.
78, 87.
Genius.
There you go.
Yeah.
Genius.
There
No,
it
that's
is.
a really good point.
Yeah.
I think that is a
interesting.
fair point.
Yeah, I feel like that was the only thing that kind of. Oh my god, everyone.
Which I
agrees.
think. When who was it that was
I had to
talking
cry to get you
about?
guys to agree with me.
Who was it that was
That's
talking about
amazing.
Domino's? It was I think Robert, right? Talking about Domino's.
He actually brought Domino's up, Thomas, and said that they haven't figured it out. And then Mark and everybody
He
was
laughed.
like, yes, they have.
I didn't know Domino's was the largest in the world.
I didn't either. That was so
yeah,
interesting.
this was news to me.
I thought
Yeah.
Pizza Hut was bigger.
No, apparently not.
Pizza Hut, it's so good when you go dine in.
Have you ever had stuffed crust? Or was that too gluttonous? It's my
No,
favorite.
because
I've had
it's
stuffed
the,
crust, yeah.
the cheese though. It's the same thing.
It's always about the cheese. I'm finding.
I love cheese. I love it.
See, I'm very weird when it comes to pizza because I grew up in New York eating lots of good pizza my entire life. I feel like when people have these pizzas, this Hawaiian pizza or whatever these people, like some of the things people put on pizza, like you're not supposed to put ham and pineapples on. Like that's
Why?
not pizza anymore.
That's like a tradition. That's
What do you mean
the
you're
first
not
of
supposed- what do you mean not
it's
supposed
not
to?
pizza anymore.
What
Like
is pizza then?
is cheese and sauce and dough. That's a pizza pie.
Just cheese and sauce and
Artichokes
dough.
on pizza?
So you
Nah.
don't no pepperoni?
Pepperoni is standard.
What about some sausage?
Standard, but some of the things, like when I went to college in North Carolina, that you could get alligator on a pizza. Not pizza. That's not pizza anymore.
think it's
That's
still
something
pizza.
else that's like flatbread of some kind. Anyway, it's my own personal thing.
I do want to go to New York. I want to be in New York.
I'm gonna
I wanna see
I'm
this
gonna be in
guy.
New York next
I want
week.
to wear a pea coat and I want
Are
to
you
go
gonna
on
get
the
some of
I'm
cold
gonna
this?
be in New York
piece of
next
pizza.
week. Me, I
Look
will
it
try
up.
and
Why
go.
not bring us some pizza? He said you can buy it in the store.
There you go.
All right.
Right
It's
it down.
Thomas, I'm coming for you. I
Table
want some
87.
pizzas. I want some slices.
I love the conversation here. Got Lori to get a deal. 19%. There was a lot of back and forth. I was kind of surprised that Kevin was even interested in this.
Whenever he gives a deal that's not a royalty or not a venture debt or something, I get surprised.
And this was weird because it was a royalty to get his money back, but then there was no.
Oh, this was a royalty, yeah.
But
yeah.
there was no
It was
long-term
a
royalty.
loan with percentage more than a royalty.
I hate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you think Laurie was the right choice?
She wouldn't have been my first choice for pizza.
No, not mine either.
Maybe she wants to diversify.
Who would you have gone with?
I would have
If you had the
I would have
choice.
tried to get Barbara.
I would have tried to get Barbara too because of the fact that she's from New York. She's New York real estate. She's got lots of connections in there to build that business, to blow up that. Because that's the sell of this product. Like, we love him. If it was some dorky person trying to sell this New York sliced pizza, I don't think we'd be in the same place.
It sounded like Barbara was about to come in and better
Yeah.
her offer before Laurie,
Yeah.
She hates losing to Laurie. But
Yeah. Well, she did. She gave an offer. Oh, you think she was going to lower it?
she was going, wait,
She was,
wait,
yeah,
wait.
because
Yeah,
Laurie
yeah,
was,
yeah.
like hopping on it, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, and that's fun for me. I like
Me
that.
too. And it's smart of Thomas to hop on it just as quickly as she dished it out.
Yeah,
No pun intended.
What did you say?
literally.
What did you say?
I don't know.
I thought
Anyway.
you swore. You didn't swear, did you?
He dished it out.
Dished it out. So he got a deal for $250,000, which is, Lori gave more money thinking that, and I like that too. I love when the Sharks, I don't know if you guys like this or whatever, but I love when the Sharks are like, you know what? I'm not going to just take more percentage because your evaluation, it's not the right value, but I'm going to give you a little bit more money because I think that's going to get your valuation to a place where I think it makes sense, and you're going to get more money, and this is going to be more of a successful thing. That I love when that happens because it just shows that they're actually, for the extra $50,000, she thinks that they'll be able to do so much more.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. All right. Anything else about Table 87 Pizza before we move on?
I would have loved to see if pizza sales just spiked when he was doing the presentation.
How many
around
orders he got.
America.
They had
People
to.
got on the phone.
I mean, the website, I'm sure, especially because all the sharks like it. When you bring a food product to the Shark Tank,
Not just with
and
Dick
they
Peach in
like
general.
it. Yeah, any food product, when they like it, it's like a seal of approval. It's almost like when people bring stuff on Oprah's show. You know how they have the things to buy for Oprah?
Yeah.
It's almost the same thing. It's like it's the new that. It explodes.
Yeah, I was saying, I know his is going to spike, but I was just saying if people got on the phone and just ordered pizza or Domino's or any sort of pizza just from the presentation. That's what I
Probably.
did. I went
Did
to
you
go
really?
sit- I went and ordered pizza.
Oh my god.
Is that weird?
That's not a bad
No,
idea.
I think that's
That's not a
easy.
bad idea.
It's gullible guy.
It makes sense. Like when the cupcakes are on,
gullible
like
It's not
guy.
that strange. They make me look like an idiot. You go on.
No one thinks you look like an idiot.
Look at their
Well,
face.
Okay, except for those two.
All right,
You
moving
can go
on.
pizza too.
Not fair.
We've got next into the tank we've got Brian, and it was very interesting the way I was so interested. You know how they always have that slogan as the product comes in, and they were like, this is to simplify the teaching of something we all have to learn.
Yeah,
know,
what
and
did you expect that to be?
I thought it was going to be something mind-blowing.
Me too.
I thought it was going to be like,
I
oh
thought
my
it was going to be an
God.
app that's like, teach your 6th grader how to cure cancer.
Yeah, I was like literally waiting for this, like, oh my, all right, I got the pen ready. What are we going to learn?
Yes, oh, God. Here we go.
Easy
And then-
peasy.
Yeah.
Was this one of the most
Dumb.
the stupidest pitches ever in Shark Tank history? Top 5.
I think what it comes down to, simply put, is this is not a problem that needs to be solved.
True. And few out there,
Nobody complains about this.
I don't think anybody complains about this. I feel like, again, what we're talking about is the easy peasy. So it's a new potty training device where actually the front of your toilet seat flips back and makes a smaller seat for someone that is potty training. It did not look comfortable. It did not look cool. It did not look functional. To me, it did not work.
The thing that the fact that you have to change your toilet seat, you have to take your regular toilet seat off and put this whole new one on.
But are you that attached to your toilet seat? Like, do you?
It's just
I don't
it's
think
just-
There's a
it's just
special
the
bond
time.
there, Zoe.
No, I think it's easy to do.
My toilet and I do not have that bond.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind changing my toilet seat. I'm not attached to it.
Did
I
you
would be
like
okay
this?
with it too.
I didn't like it, but maybe for different reasons.
Why didn't you
So-
like it?
To me, like, and I'm not a germaphobe entirely, but I don't like the idea of touching the toilet seat. I mean, we hear enough, like, guys have problems sometimes, you know, not to get too graphic, right? Going where they need to, and then especially thinking of
Aiming, yeah.
aiming, and then especially like little boys learning to go to the bathroom and think of, and like the toilet, and I don't want to touch the seat like that. Like, I'm glad
that's
as
a
a
great
woman
point.
that I don't have to touch the seat. Like, that's for you guys to do. Put it down when you're done, and I don't have to. So the thought of like having to touch the seat a lot just sort of grosses me out. Plus the part that folds over, how thin is that? Because on the back part, you're like a little higher.
Well,
Right,
so-
And it
the
also
kid- as
looks
the
like it
child.
hurts,
Yeah,
right?
Functionally, it doesn't make any
For
sense.
the child,
At
and
the-
then for the adult, right? You get the screws
Yeah.
in the middle there.
Yeah,
I
at the
thought
end of the pitch, you see
Right,
Kevin
yes.
sit on the thing, and that's the only thing I could help
Yeah.
but think is the hinge, the seam. How do you
Yeah.
sit on that?
It would be uncomfortable.
Is it watertight?
Once he was saying the easy peasy, still I didn't get it right away, and I thought what it was going to be was a toilet seat. So if a guy left the seat up,
That's what I
that
thought
it was
too.
gonna go back down eventually.
But I think those exist, don't they? That put seats
that is a
in?
good idea.
I
if it
legitimately
sure.
thought, because of the germophobia thing you're talking about, I legitimately thought that, again, with what you were saying, that they were coming out with a seat that had like a handle or a lever that was part of the toilet seat on the side, so you could just do that instead of touching the part that you use to
no,
fold
I
it up and
totally
down.
was thinking it was like a censored toilet seat, so that if
Oh,
it
censored?
literally is up for a certain amount of time, it would just go back down.
I think those exist.
Oh.
I'm not 100% sure,
Yeah.
but
I
I
like
think
it.
they do.
That's cool. Yeah, and like literally that I was and at first because I thought it was gonna be that, I was like, oh, okay.
When I
Yeah.
found out what it actually was, I was genuinely upset.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like, I'm
was-
going to have
Yeah.
to sit through this 10-minute pitch and just write down notes for this show,
Besides
but I
the-
don't want to be doing that. I'd
Bes-
normally fast forward it.
Besides the
didn't-
fact that it wasn't even sold. It was just a prototype. It's so interesting because I feel like more and more in the Shark Tank, and let me know if you guys agree or disagree with this, but I feel like the products, for the most part, the pitches are getting bigger, bolder. more educational, more intellectual ideas. Like I feel like there's been a growth from products that are pitched. I feel like there's a lot.
100%.
Yeah, and so
100%.
to see something like this be in a prototype stage, I was kind of shocked that it made it through the process.
I agree, because this seems like something we see in season 1 or 2 of the show before all this is established.
Yeah.
Although in this guy's defense, I will say, number one, I really did like the name. I liked Easy Peasy. I thought it was fun.
Yep.
And I liked it. And the other thing is, like, I know a lot of people with kids, I can totally see how having this option so you don't have to move that like little donut that he showed.
Yeah.
I get that it's one less step and it's one less thing in your bathroom. So I do see the benefits to it. I'm just not sure that I see it as a final like, yes, this is the perfect version.
I thought he was a nice guy and he did a good pitch and he
100%.
sounded pleasant. I just don't think this is going to sell.
Well, here's I think that
he was an overseller.
I agree. I agree with what Robert said.
As soon as he
thing, it got
walked
me.
out, for me, as soon as he walked out and started talking, I was annoyed by him.
I was annoyed when he started saying how he compared to everyone the Sharks. Robert,
Me
I read
too.
your book, My Father
That's
Sweat
it.
Things.
Yeah.
Mark, I'm
Because
every
here's
one
the
of
thing:
you.
No, he wasn't
who
even
doesn't
like that.
have the story? I washed cars as a kid. Who does?
Everyone has that adversity.
And again,
right?
nothing. No offense to the guy. I know he was just trying to sell himself. I get that, but we all had jobs we didn't like when we were kids.
It was
and we
completely
did it for money.
manufactured, the way he said it. Superficial.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like that. He was like, Robert, your father slept, not that mine slept floors, but I get it. It was too much. Like, I like that he did his research, don't get me wrong, but it was just a little bit too much. It's like, I don't feel 100% confident in what I'm doing, so I'm going to do all this research and try and talk about that. And then when Mark chimed in, he's like, okay, tell me what you did after 13. I was just like, oh, Mark's over it.
And
Yeah.
Hey guys, I don't
never-
mean to interrupt. I found a touch-free sensor-controlled automatic toilet seat. It's $115 and it's on Overstock.com.
There it
very
is.
nice.
So that,
There
Sorry
it
guys,
is.
I didn't want to interrupt. I
No,
just
I
was
love
looking
that.
around. They sell them at Kohl's, Wayfair, and a bunch of other places
I
as
thought
well.
that.
So.
Wow,
That's
thank
not
you.
bad.
And they range anywhere between I think $80 to anywhere between $200 as
and
well.
that, it literally, the seat goes down. If-
There's a little sensor right around here, and it
Yeah.
tells when there's somebody there, so then it'll just go back down.
You've got to purchase that.
Yeah.
You're a germaphobe. You'd love that.
I don't need to put the lid down.
But I'm sure there's some sort of male that uses it sometime. In your
No,
house.
but this is though to put the lid down. Do you guys put the lid down? I'm just talking about the seat.
Oh, I thought that the seat.
Oh, it says toilet seat. I don't know if
the
that's
seat.
for the.
Oh,
I don't know
oh.
if that's for the full seat or just the lid. So
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if the lid goes down, it would go with the actual seat as well.
Maybe I just assumed that
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
goes down.
Yeah.
No, I
Great.
love it. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
finding
You're
that for
welcome.
us.
I hate a hard sell. I always have. You know.
I don't. You shouldn't have to be pushed. Like, I understand a salesman and consistency, but I don't want to feel pushed.
I hate
No
it.
matter
Right.
what, no matter what I'm buying, I don't want to feel pushed.
Yeah.
I got it the other day with some guy, and he really, I just don't like him.
Sorry about that guy.
Yeah. About my car, he saw a scratch on it and was determined to fix it.
And oh
I
yeah.
didn't let him in the end,
Yeah.
but he wouldn't leave me.
Yeah, that's when we say no.
I said no multiple times. Anyway,
All right. Is there anything else about Easy Peasy that we feel that we need to talk about before I move on?
does anyone think this will exist in a year?
I think it still will. I think that
Well, no, it hasn't. Sorry, I had a shift. It hasn't even. It doesn't exist. It's just an idea
I
and a
think-
prototype now.
No,
Do you
but-
think you're gonna go into? I do not think in a year from now I'm gonna go into Target or Walmart or Rite Aid or wherever
Do you think
one might
anyone
buy this.
will?
no,
Do
but
you
I think
think-
it'll exist online.
I think it
still
has
think
potential.
it'll exist online.
I think it has potential. I just think it's not there quite yet because of the reasons we've discussed. It's not quite
Yeah.
comfortable. Like there are still some really
What would
interesting
make
things
it
about
work? Is there anything?
An
Well, if the
adjustable
hinges
toilet
weren't
seat,
there,
like you could pull it out.
I mean,
pull it in, so
I
don't
just
know.
go back to I don't think
But then
this is
you're-
a problem.
touching. Yeah.
Like I don't think that this is a problem.
I don't think it's a problem either. I mean, I don't know. I don't have kids, so I don't.
I don't,
know.
yeah.
But I always thought too that don't the kids have like? Isn't there something
Separate
to put on
toilets or
top?
something?
Yeah, like a separate little functional thing, or isn't there something to put completely on top of the toilet seat?
well, that's what they showed. That's what. You
But not
go
the
through.
donut thing
That
that-
is it.
oh, that is
that
it.
is
There's
it.
not something
Keep-
that's more stable because I feel like that
No.
donut thing could get dirty too.
Keep your
sure.
child in diapers
Yeah.
till they're 7.
And they
Problem
fit.
solved.
Cam's still wearing diapers now.
As I live and breathe. Speaking of easy peasy lemon squeezy, let me tell you a little thing about DraftKings.
oh yeah, do it.
Oh yeah, your season-long fantasy football team may be going strong, but you don't have to wait till 16 weeks to get paid, Stef Z.
Nope.
Do you always wait to week 16?
No, every week.
Are you
man.
winning this year?
I am.
Good. Put your fantasy skills to the test every week this season at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site. One-week fantasy teams. Fantasy means no long season commitments. Guy, you play fantasy football
Every week.
You're doing DraftKings
Every week. I've got the app on my phone.
You're making the money. And get this, DraftKings is crowning a new millionaire every week this season. This is why I'm getting involved,
See?
Zoe.
DraftKings.
He has it right there. Look at that.
There it is.
You could turn your love of football into a life-changing payday. Believe me, you've never experienced football like this. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is indeed DraftKings. Welcome to the big time, Stef Z.
Steph, I know my football.
Oh, yeah.
You look at me like I don't because I have an accent. But I know my football. I'm just letting you know that. Don't
I will give you a
underestimate me.
quiz later.
I know my football.
Who played tonight?
New
Monday
York
Night
Giants
Football.
and Philadelphia Eagles.
Who won?
NFC East, Philadelphia won 27-7. Sam Bradford was the quarterback versus Eli
How
Manning.
many turnovers?
Eli Manning had 2 interceptions. I think Rashid Jennings had a fumble. And I think Sam Bradford, he threw a pick or 2, right?
7 turnovers.
Well, I pretty much
I'm just
told
kidding.
you.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Fair
Well,
enough.
me on
use
your
that
Monday Night Football
information.
thing.
Come
Use
on
that
in.
information. DraftKings.com. Use the promo code BUZZ. That's Buzz to play free for a shot at $1 million in
can
this
win money.
week's Millionaire Maker event. Yeah.
And you can get
$1 million
educated. I
bucks.
learned it from here.
Again, that's DraftKings.com. Promo code BUZZ. Buzz. Stef Z, what was number 3 tonight?
Number 3 tonight. I don't know how we feel about this one.
How did this
We
get
had
through?
milk and brookies.
Milk and Brookies. Brookies or Brookies?
Brookies.
Brookie.
I guess.
Brookies.
See, I don't know what to call it. I'm legitimately asking.
How do you
Brookies.
say?
Brookie? Cookie?
Brookie sounds
Brookie.
like brewski.
Cookie?
Brown,
Brookie.
brownie, and cookie.
Brookie.
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 What did I say?
Brookie. No, you said brookie like a brewski.
Bruce. Brookie.
Brookie.
Hey, Steph.
Like
how-
cookie. Brookie.
Cookie.
All right.
Cookie. You're thinking of
Clearly.
Cookie Crisp.
Didn't you guys love their
Cookie
description
Crisp.
of the product? I loved it.
It's a brownie
I love
cookie
them.
combo. Yeah, I
Yes.
love them too.
But can someone
I
tell
want
me
what they have.
how something that makes cupcakes and has 14,000 online sales made it to Shark Tank?
Well, how did the prototype?
The people.
make
The
it?
people.
Yeah.
The people got themselves into Shark Tank.
And for them, it's very unique. They have a good profit margin. I mean, they said actually that they need to change their profit margin and make it cost more a little bit, increase their margin. But I feel like the 3 of these people together, they're great television.
Yeah.
They were dancing at the end. They were awesome. I don't know. I loved them. You know what the most amazing thing for me about this pitch was? I didn't know, and maybe you guys knew this, that you have to send food off to be tested for the calorie count.
I did know that.
I did
See,
know that
I didn't
too.
know
I
that.
didn't
Yeah.
know that either.
You did or you did not?
I did not.
Oh, sweet.
I know something that Steph did. Bam.
There it is.
There it is. You probably know a lot.
Let's go get some pizza and water, guy, to celebrate.
Have on a hangover day. It'll
Yeah.
cure your hangovers. You've needed them recently.
At least have a Gatorade next time.
I will say that I looked it up because I thought, oh, maybe we can get some. They said they're in LA, and they have a pop-up store right now in Culver City. So, which unfortunately is nowhere near where I live. But I did have it in mind. I thought we could have some tonight to try them.
I would have been your biggest fan if you bought
Oh my
something.
God.
Your
I know.
biggest
I
fan.
know.
You would
I
have gone straight
missed
to the
out.
top of my list.
I know.
I really want to know how many calories are in this thing, though.
You probably look
Because
it
I
up. They
can
probably know
see
now.
it being crazy high.
Over under 500 for one.
Over. Oh, come on, though. Like, do you
think
guys
over
get
for
really
sure.
concerned when you eat like a delicious cupcake
Hell
about
no.
the calories? No, of course not. Who cares
Yes.
how many
Hell
calories?
no.
Have you
No,
seen my
but-
thighs?
You are a tennis pro. I,
With a
however,
gut.
am a pro eater.
So they're asking for $100,000 for 20% of the company, and unfortunately, they don't get a deal.
Yeah, I was kind of upset because I was hoping this is one of the times where we see one of the sharks go, hey, you know what? This is a people investment.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them a shot. It's not much money.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is I don't know if you guys saw, but when me and Guy got to interview the Sharks, when I talked with Damon, he was saying how he wanted to have more food in his portfolio this season. So I
waiting
was
for that.
wishing that he would have been here because I think he might have invested in one of these food products tonight.
But
One,
how-
if not both. I could see him and Thomas from Table 84 or 87, whatever it was. And I can also see him with these people. Like, I could see him liking their pitches, liking their energy, and wanting to get behind these food products because he did want more of that in his portfolio.
So what did they want? 100K for 20%?
Yeah.
What's that? $1 million valuation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tad high.
How are they?
Well, shooting for the
How's
stars.
14
Well, no, it's a
grand worth
half a
$1 million?
million. It's a $500,000.
Oh yeah,
100
half
is
a million.
20%.
But still,
Yeah.
a little high.
A little.
Considering they've only sold 14,000.
Right.
But the flip side is, right, they haven't left their jobs. They come home from work and make these. So, I mean, that's pretty amazing if you look at it that way, that
Yeah.
they've made $14,000 basically in, like they said, a hobby, where their profit margin, too, is so small. They're only selling them for just over, I think, $2 per.
Yeah, and the $14 for 6. Which all the sharks recommended that go over 20. Barbara said
$30.
30.
I would
Yeah,
not
that
pay
makes sense. You
What'd
wouldn't
you
pay
pay?
$3 for a
But what'd
brewski?
you say $30 for? Why
$30,
was that?
$30 for
But
6.
6, but it's like if you
$30
do...
for 6?
Yeah,
That's $5.
Hell no.
I would not pay that.
That's $5 a cupcake.
How much do you think a sprinkles
You were
cupcake is?
complaining
Exactly.
about a piece of pizza that big being $5.
I guess it just depends. It depends
Yeah, but
on.
it's more of a specialty thing
Yeah.
that you buy. You don't buy this every day. Like, I feel like because in New York you get a sliced pizza
Speak
for
for
$2.
yourself.
Well, yeah, I can't put them. I just glue them to my thighs.
I just think the Sharks. I mean, don't.
I'm not.
I just think the Sharks have so many freaking businesses. How are they going to?
Honestly,
How are
at
they
what
gonna run
point
this
do
thing?
you? How can you differentiate this? Like,
Well,
there's
I'm-
already cake and cupcake businesses that have been invested in.
And I'm sure they have now
And-
teams of people that do stuff like this for them.
Yeah.
The thing that was also that stood out for me, I don't know if you guys, if this stood out for you guys as well, but when Mr. Wonderful was talking about how they have too many different variations, that the only way to really be productive is in custom to standardize the scale is to have 4 different products.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a really interesting, like,
Yes.
I would have never known that. It makes sense because if you have standard 4, you can have variations of that, but to have 4 standard, because they could, after this episode, they could have got on order 700 different kinds of cupcakes. They're not going to be able to fill those orders.
I think that was a very smart point. It's one we've seen happen before, just people spreading themselves too thin. What was the Christmas business that we saw in Beyond the Tank? The
Tipsy
sweaters?
Elves.
Tipsy
Elves.
Tipsy
Tipsy
Elves.
Elves.
Where at first, they're just doing the ugly Christmas sweaters, and then they end up getting into T-shirts and all these other things. And once you do that, unless it's absolutely called for, you start spreading yourself way too thin.
Right.
And I think that's a very strong point. It should be, oh my God, we have so much money and so many cupcakes going out, and the people are demanding that we have peanut butter or something.
Well, yeah, and there's a way to do it. You could have, 2 or 3 that are always available, and every few months
Sure.
switch out. Like your 2.
Which is kind of how Sprinkles does it, right?
I don't know about sprinkles, but now that we're on the cupcake topic, can I tell you guys, I feel like this is a commercial now, my favorite cupcake place, it's called Confections. It's near where I live. They've won like cupcake wars. And so what they do, the reason this is on topic, is that they have their standard cupcakes, but then they also have specialty flavors that come only during certain periods. So you have to watch for them. So for instance, there's a special cupcake that I love called the Vixen. And so I saw it on their calendar, and like I mark it on my calendar. Okay, it's going to be on this day. Now I know like I have to go on that day to get that cupcake.
You can't limit your inventory, your flavor. You've always got to be evolving.
But that's how you rotate it.
Right,
While
but you
staying
always have to
consistent.
have your standard. It's like
yeah.
but in the same sense, I don't know. I mean, look at Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They
Yeah,
don't have
just one.
10.
They have
Chocolate and
minis.
They've tried dark chocolate and they've tried white. Nothing sells like the original
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Just the bigs and the minis.
When it comes to desserts like that, and so I feel like if they were talking about, they had the one that was, the chocolate chip, whatever, peanut butter one, and if they had the blonde one, which was the vanilla chips and all that, like if they always had those 2 available, and then every month or every 2 months they had 2 different ones that were available, something like that, it would be.
I'm getting
But
so
I don't
hungry.
think your
Me too.
analogy works because, like with Reese's is owned by a bigger company, so they have a huge portfolio. Reese's is just one. The same way for them, their Snickerdoodle cupcake would be just
Right,
one.
but I'm just saying there's not different variations of a Reese's peanut butter cup. These things are still some type of brownie and some type of cookie. together.
What is it? Is there a cookie in the middle and a brownie on the outside?
I'm thinking
I'm
it's all
not clear.
together.
I think
wasn't
it's
clear
more
either.
of like the way I kind of understood it was it's more like if you don't bake a cookie all the way and it's in that weird like gooey
I
state.
love that weird gooey.
I think
Yeah.
that's what this is. And
Oh,
in order
see, but
to keep it in that like form,
I don't
it's
think
No, because
that.
then when that's cold, that's not going to be the same.
it's kind of this. I mean, it's not going to be
That's
warm
my
and
favorite
gushy.
I'm with
stage of
Zoe
a
on
cookie,
this.
when they just come out of the
Yeah.
oven and you just grab it.
Yeah, but my favorite stage of a brownie is like the one that's, when you make brownies, the one that's in
In
the
the middle?
corner. So
Oh.
it's
Oh, you like all the crust.
yeah, so it's a little bit hard.
That's
around
probably the
edge.
outside of this thing.
But how do you have it gooey and crusty? That'd be hard.
There's one way to find out.
We're gonna go.
gonna
Culver
get
City,
some.
here we come.
We're
Yeah.
gonna get some.
We're going.
I'd love to go there.
All right. Well, let's make a family trip.
Writing it down.
I'm writing it down.
She's making it
apparently,
official.
I'm going to Culver City and I'm going
New York.
to New York. Yeah.
And you're gonna, yeah.
All right. So anything else? Again, I was a little bit not disappointed, but I was a little bit shocked almost that they didn't. I really thought again that someone was going to want to go into business with them. Someone saw that this could be a good idea. Someone really liked them. I was a little bit.
You know
I
what
feel
though?
the
They're gonna
opposite.
be okay. They're
Yeah,
gonna
they
be
will.
totally fine. They're
Yeah.
gonna get. You felt the opposite.
I didn't think they were going to get a deal from the start. Oh,
wow.
Just as soon as they said 14 grand, sell online, I just didn't think it was.
But you didn't feel that way with the Easy Peasy?
The easy peasy just wasn't a good idea. This was a good idea, but it was a hobby. I mean,
was
they
a
all do
hobby.
it part time.
True.
It's 14. I just didn't think
True.
the Sharks were going to waste their time.
Yeah.
They liked them. They were nice to them.
Yeah.
The
True.
minute they said that they were all working their regular jobs, not one of them had left to do this full time. To me, that was like, okay, they're not getting a deal. The Sharks like commitment.
Yeah.
It's true. Very true. All right. Anything else before we move on to the dude wipes? No, nothing.
I'm
All
really
right.
excited to see what Zoe and Steph have to think about the dude
Well,
wipes.
okay, so we've got Sean, Riley, and Jeff come out wearing these dude shirts, and they want $300,000 for 10% of their company, and they have this idea, which is dude wipes, which is pretty much, correct me if I'm wrong, like a baby wipe, but made for a dude.
Yes.
Because so dudes don't have to feel emasculated by using baby wipes, whatever. Pretty much the same. And also the difference is you can use it on your face, your armpits, your privates, and your bum.
your nether regions.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and I feel like, I don't know, to me, that was one of the selling points because I don't feel like I would think to use a baby wipe on my face ever. Because you think...
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing.
You would?
No, but all of you think this is a brilliant product?
No.
No. I'm not saying
I
that.
didn't
I'm
say
just
that.
saying that the fact that you could use it everywhere for a dude, it's like a different spin. That was interesting to me because I would never think to use a baby wipe somewhere
Would you
else.
So
buy
why
this,
not?
Kate?
Huh?
Would you
Because
buy this?
I just associate that with my butt.
I
use baby
agree.
wipes?
I've
On
used
your
them
butt?
before.
Really?
Have you never used a baby wipe?
No, for like, really?
Have you guys?
See,
Never?
this is exactly
Have
what
you?
the
It's okay,
dude
Steph,
wipes
you're
are
not
talking
alone.
about. Yes, I've used a baby wipe.
Yeah.
It's okay,
about
Steph.
that?
You're not alone.
Yeah.
I'm with
See?
you on that.
Now, here's the thing. I think I agree with them
No.
because listen, I have baby powder in my house, and I've had people come over
That's
and be
good for
like,
like chafing and stuff.
right,
There's a place for that.
right, but it's still called baby powder. If it was called dude stuff, it might be more socially acceptable.
Whoa, wait, I don't understand. Where do you use it?
Baby powder?
Yes, I don't understand.
Oh, Zoe.
Downstairs, Zoe.
You get like
Long
chafe.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I
Sweaty
play,
balls
When I play
is where they-
football.
Not.
It's not like no, it's not quite like that.
How? Like, where have I been?
I don't know.
How have I
All
know
I'm
what the
saying
funny thing
is,
is?
I really want to go get a table 87 pizza, milk and brookie for dessert, sit on my easy peasy, and give the dew wipe a try. That's all I want to do. I'm gonna try this. I think
You're
it's,
going to buy this.
Yes. Boom.
There it is. I think that people will buy. The fact that they've got to deal with Kroger to roll it out to all stores.
That was
people,
impressive.
People
That was
are
so
going to buy this. People are totally going to buy this. 100%. Dudes are going to buy
agree.
this. They're going to use it. They're going to use it in place of a shower sometimes. They're going to be like, sweet, I have a
That's
date. I'm
a
just
str-
going to dude wipe. It's totally 100% a sellable product. Guaranteed this thing blows up.
I actually agree to Mark. I wouldn't use it, but I would invest in it
Why wouldn't you use it? Why would it after?
I've never used a baby wipe in my. I'm happy
but not
with,
even
I'm
that.
happy with,
Are you against cleanliness, guy?
No, I'm a very clean person. Can't you tell?
Right, but say you're out on the tennis court all day and you don't have time to take a shower and you're coming to meet us. You don't want to dude wipe your face, your armpits, clean up a little bit, call it a day, refresh up. You don't have to just use it as a wipe.
I always have a towel in the car and some deodorant.
That's
Maybe.
called a sponge bath. I mean, really, that's what it is. This is a disposable sponge bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's a wipe.
Agreed.
Double the cost of a baby wipe, they said. Really? You wouldn't rather just buy a baby wipe?
No,
You have-
because it's the
Smells like a
name.
dude.
If somebody comes
This
in and sees
No, it doesn't.
baby
It smells
wipes
fresh.
or
It
baby
doesn't have a
powder
scent.
in my place, they A, assume that I have a child, or B, think I'm a perv.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude wipes is
If
so
it says
acceptable.
dude wipes, it's like, all right.
you
Guy
know-
keeps clean.
You might have sold me there, Steph. If I had it in my car, just come back from tennis, I was going to see you guys. I just put it, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Convenient.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Really?
Seriously, I'm shocked. Like
Yeah.
when they came, I couldn't even believe they got a deal. And then when
Really?
they said they were
Oh,
in
yeah.
Kroger, I know, and then I was blown
There's
away.
a need for this. It's more and more, and I don't know if it's more the Metro guy or the clean guy, whatever it is, but I feel like more so now than ever, people use baby wipes when they go to the bathroom to clean themselves. I feel like this is something I honestly never knew. Like, one of my friends had baby wipes in her house, and I was over there, and I was like, "What do you have, baby?" Like, it never even occurred to me what it was. She's like, "Dude, you got to try it." And I was like, one day, I was like, "All right, like, let's see." Like, refreshing. Am I alone?
No, you're not alone.
You guys haven't.
A friend
I've
opens you
never
up to
used
a
a
world
baby
of
wipe.
opportunity.
I do feel like I need to add I'm a very clean person.
I mean,
No, I mean-
well, I don't feel like I need to add that because I use baby wipes. So I don't use baby wipes like every single
baby
day.
wipes
I've
don't
just
define
done it.
cleansiness.
By the way,
No, but you
Let's-
get a good
let's
wipe.
bring it down to this. It's a piece of like paper towel that's wet.
Basically,
And I think
yeah.
that it's interesting that there's like a social faux pas about it.
Yeah,
If you think
that-
about it, it's just a paper towel that has like
Doesn't
cleaning
it have chemicals
solution
Why
on
don't
it.
you
Sorry?
just wet a paper towel? Why don't you just wet your toilet paper then?
Because it
that'll fall
dissolves.
apart.
That dissolves, yeah.
Are you really gonna carry these around to like a restaurant? I mean,
Now
'cause
that-
they had like the little packet.
that
Yeah, it looks
I-
almost like a condom pack.
Yes, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
see
agree
it.
with that.
Now
I
what
can
you
totally
said.
see a
I
guy
can just
having
grab it
one
in
in
my
his-
car and just put it on my face.
Or it's
Yeah.
like if you're out at a bar and
What-
you
what's
don't
crazy
you
about
don't
that?
think you're gonna meet someone, you meet a girl, you want to someone you want to take home, you have a wipe in your wallet, you go freshen up, go.
I just have.
I would appreciate that.
I go around now with a towel and a spray, a deodorant.
Yeah, but a towel when you're
I know.
sweaty.
I think it's more
All
convenient.
it
now.
does is
But
Not
dry
even
the
that,
sweat on
it's
you.
like, yeah, you're just drying it. Even with a paper towel, if you use a paper towel to wipe something, you'll get it cleaner with a wet paper towel first.
But I can tell you this: this is going to
It's true.
sell.
This
It
is
totally will.
100%
This
gonna
will
blow
sell.
up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude wipes.
Dude
Zoe,
wipes.
are you going to buy it?
No, I'm still sitting here shocked that like you guys have used baby wipes and that you keep baby powder at your houses. Like
I
I'm
don't do-
blown
Yeah.
away.
Really?
No, I don't use
Yes.
it. I don't use it as toilet paper or anything. I'm saying if I'm in the car, I've got a rush here from Orange County. I'm sweaty. Wouldn't it be convenient to have it in the car to wipe your face? Wipe. That's all I'm saying. Your armpits.
Also,
I get it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like blown away.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, Steph was like crying over pizza. I feel like I want to cry over these dude wipes.
I couldn't get it together earlier.
You actually had tears.
I was
Dripping down her
I'm
face.
sure my makeup is awesome right now, but that's okay.
You need a dude wipe?
I would use your dude wipe.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna order some.
So, but this was actually a very interesting thing that happened in this deal. We had Mark, he's like, I like what you're doing, but I'm not a wipes guy, so I'm out. Because you know Mark
Yeah.
usually is, he has to believe in the product to see the business.
Yeah, Mark has somebody wipe him down. He doesn't need. He doesn't
He
need
gets
to
hosed
get
down.
there.
No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Barbara
This reminds me of Pulp Fiction.
Barbara said something that was very interesting and believable to me, that men don't shop in the toilet paper aisle for this. But I kind of disagree in a sense. It's if there's the guy that's going to use this wipe, I don't think is the husband of 4 kids, the
agree.
45-year-old guy.
Yeah.
It's the guy who's on the run. And that guy that's on the run probably lives by himself or with another dude You know what I mean? Like they're not
Yeah, I mean,
in a
let's
committed
remember.
relationship. So
I'm with you.
who buys your toilet paper if you live by yourself? It just doesn't appear. So I don't think that was a fair statement that she made.
I disagree. No, I think that it's true because even
Love
like
her.
a bunch of guys
Yeah.
living together, like you're gonna like zip through that aisle. Maybe you're gonna order
Why?
on
They
Amazon.
scared of it?
But I think her argument
Toilet
was
paper on Amazon? Come on.
Why are you? I'm just saying, like, so let's say you've got two 20-something guys living together as roommates.
Yeah.
They need to buy toilet paper, of course. They're not going to linger in the aisle to see these dude wipes. They're going to go grab what's cheap or what's on the end cap and move on.
But see, that's exactly the point. They're not going to linger in the aisle. But if they're in the aisle because they have to get toilet paper and they see something that says dude wipes, they're going
Boom.
to stop.
I agree. I think Barbara's point was she didn't think they were there to begin with.
Yeah.
And I don't think that is accurate because maybe for Barbara's
exactly, that's what I'm
generation,
saying. Yeah.
totally. But for nowadays, I mean, I think everybody goes shopping.
Yeah.
Everybody goes shopping.
I just think it should be in a different spot, like maybe near the men's deodorant, especially
could-
if they're basically using
I
it
can agree
as,
with
that.
as
Could go
like
both.
a body wipe. That
Yeah.
to me makes more sense. I
Yeah, I
do
can
agree
see
with
that,
Barbara
too.
that most guys are not buying toilet paper, and the ones who are not spending the time to see.
Because it's
dude
not a
wipes.
substitute for toilet paper. That's what I originally thought it was. This is a whole body.
I mean, it could
wipe
be.
down.
Yeah.
No, well,
Why
I
couldn't
think
it
the
be?
original concept is, yes, a substitute for toilet paper. But again, what they were saying is in the wiping process, it's not the first go by.
It's the last
Yeah,
wipe.
it's
or
the-
sec- what-
No,
what's
it's
the-
the
It's
second
like
to
it's
last,
the
they said.
bidet of
Yes.
wipes.
Nice.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Is that like
I
don't
the
see
brushing
your
or
hand
the
of
I've
you.
never used
There
a
it
baby
is.
wipe. What's
I don't
that?
mean to interject, but I was wondering if I could say a couple thoughts since I felt
Yes.
the whole bidet thing is
Yes.
actually a thing that people are actually very upset with, especially men, is that I'm not going to be too graphic here, but
Go
I know
for it.
that
Go ahead.
for women, we don't have hair down there. So for guys, it's a little bit better to have something that has moisture to get all the stuff out, one. Two, I think dude wipes would be good for men who have, especially bachelors, who have relations. And it would be a good way to clean up better than sitting there trying to go and use it in the sink or something like that.
Yeah,
I agree.
So, I mean, I know that they might be embarrassed to use it, but I think it would be a good idea.
I've been-
But I think they'd be
No,
more
no,
embarrassed
no.
to use it if it was called baby wipe.
That's what I'm saying. Because
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
some people who would that they use baby wipes right now to clean themselves off instead of using
Yeah.
No,
dude
this-
wipes.
this-
I don't know any of these people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
I
a
think
seller,
too now
but
girls
I've
are
done
gonna.
well without it too.
Well, that's to be determined. But I think girls now also, some girls. No, this is a stretch. But some women, because women carry condoms nowadays, they might shove a dude wipe or two in there just to freshen them up.
Stretch.
No, I can see that. No, I
So you
agree.
can see that, but you can't see a dude buying it.
I just see a woman more likely to put it in her purse or something to carry it around. And I also think that part of it just has to do with stereotypes and generations and stereotypes and like. It doesn't seem very macho and manly to me for a guy to
So it
walk
should
around
be,
with a
should
dude
be a
wipe.
girl product.
Before next show, both of you need to use a baby wipe.
Yes,
Can you
Yeah,
or
commit?
on the show.
Can you commit?
On the show.
Can you commit, guy?
Yeah, I've got to go buy it. It's an inconvenience, but yeah.
And wouldn't it be nice to go through the toilet paper aisle and buy a dude wipe instead?
If a dude wipe was out, I'd definitely buy it instead of
I
baby
just thought I'd
wipes.
throw it in there.
Even if it was $2 more.
$3. Didn't they say it's double the price?
$3.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I'd pay for the $5 pizza. It doesn't bother me. $2 extra. It's dude on it.
Dude over baby.
I've got a problem with my masculinity, you know. I need all the dude encouragement I can get.
What about you, Zoe?
I don't know about this.
You're confused. She's confusing the hell out of me. She just said you didn't see women using it, but
I
not
didn't
men.
say me. I didn't say I want to go like use a baby wipe. Nor do I really want to have a whole discussion about my toilet habits.
Well, we are here. We didn't. It's the show. We're covering it. That's fine. If we got one out of the two, we expect you to report back.
Yeah, we
guy.
wouldn't be discussing this in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. So anyway, we see Robert offers a deal of $300,000 for 25%.
Yeah.
Because there's more risk. Mr. Wonderful offers the same deal. Then he's trying to get both of the sharks together, but for a little bit less percentage. And, the sharks have a really good point in saying, like, if you get two sharks, it should be a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of going back and forth about a percentage, this, that, and the other thing. And then out of nowhere, Mark just goes, I'll do it. $300K for 25%. What you guys think of that move by Mark?
Loved it.
Classic Mark
Loved
move.
it.
Go out and then last minute come back in.
and steal it.
What do you think
classic Mark
Robert
move.
and Kevin were feeling? Because they were fighting for that extra 2%. Do you think they're going, oh man, we should have just got 25?
I don't think they're mad at Mark. I think they're mad at themselves.
Yeah, me too. I think
Yeah.
Mark
Yeah.
made a statement. He embarrassed them. He's
Yeah.
like, you guys care about the 2% so much, I'll go in and get this. And then I think they were left red-faced. I would love to hear what they said after.
Yeah.
Just to each other. You know how they put the... Because Robert generally looked like a bit humiliated by it all. Mark
Yeah.
just got in.
I think too. Also, maybe what happened a little bit was Mark saw the other two guys that were there battling this out, so he was like, they think it's a good idea.
That's what he
'Cause-
said.
Yeah. So as much as they fight against each other, I think that they trust each other's judgment a lot, like business wise. They know that if someone's going for it, it's a good idea. And he was just like, screw it.
I loved how he got up before they said deal.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
up.
he was. Yeah, I'll do it. Gets up,
On his
knows
feet.
they're going to say yes.
That's sort of...
I love Mark Cuban.
So good. Mark Cuban.
We know that.
Yeah.
You know what occurred
holla
to
at
me,
ya.
like during that part with the two sharks, made me think of this, that for all of the deals that do have two sharks, that the entrepreneur sort of gets stuck in a bad position, because if down the road the sharks have differing opinions, then they're stuck. Who are they going with? Which expert? And is that going to harm their relationship with the other one? So I thought in some ways having two maybe can be a detriment to their business down the road.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, but again, we asked Damon kind of a similar question when we got to talk to him, and it was, how do you know when to be stern with your advice or to let them fail? So I feel like where a lot of the sharks sit is that they'll give their advice, but they're kind of like, not a silent partner, but they'll still allow them to make the decision. So I don't feel like it would make them be pitting one shark against the other by going with, like, if you two were my investors and you had an idea and you had an idea and I was like, I kind of like Zoe's idea better, I think they would back each other. I think it's a lot more team than it would feel like there's a split in that.
I just learned
my
one
opinion.
thing in my college economics. I just remember the professor saying 2 people flipping burgers is better than 1. That's all I learned.
Money well spent.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
I agree with that sentiment, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how it could be confusing too, but I don't know. I feel like for me, I would want as much knowledge as possible.
I mean,
Yeah, and I honestly think that people like the 5 sharks, they're not only successful because they know how to invest, but they're successful because they know how to work with people.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I think that hopefully is not something that they have a problem with very often.
And they all have different expertise. You're getting 2 sets of skill sets. So hopefully
Right.
that's how they approach the business. They go, all right, you handle this and you handle this. So it doesn't come to blows like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Hang on one second. Before we go,
What are you doing?
we just got a tweet from, we're going to do our update, but we just got a tweet from Milk and Brookies.
Milk and Brookie.
And thanks for
Oh,
the
yeah.
love, guys. We'd love to send you some Brookies. Let
Yes.
us know.
Yay.
We want the Brookies.
Oh, yeah.
We want them. We'd love them.
Send them in.
Send them in. I don't know. You can tweet me. I actually will be over near Culver City tomorrow.
Whoa.
If you guys want, you can tweet me. We can figure something out. Maybe I can come by and pick some up,
Steph,
and we
please.
can.
But are you going to hand deliver them to us?
Oh wait, yeah. Well, maybe we can. Someone can pick them up next Monday before our show.
Yeah.
Can I have them here for the show?
Yeah.
I need to eat them
If
here
you
for
guys,
the
if we
show.
figure something out, I'm gonna be in. I don't know how long they last for, but we can figure something out. Tweet me. I will follow you guys back right now
Well,
so
can you
that
pick them up
you
next
can.
Monday so they're
Yeah.
fresh?
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah, I might be able to do that, but we'll figure something out. I just followed you guys back so we can direct message me and we'll figure out something. But we would love to have them. We will have them on our show next week, and that will be amazing. And thank you so much for watching our show. We love that you do, and we loved you guys a lot. So we're really happy to support your company.
I thought you were great.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't critical.
You're fine. Yeah, you said as soon as you saw him, you didn't want a deal. Guy, no brookie for you.
No, I just think 14 grand's not going to get a deal. But
Yeah.
I love the idea.
Okay,
Never
so
said
I
they didn't
love
look
the Brookies.
delicious. They
And I
look
look at my
awesome.
stomach.
yeah.
Dude Wipe, if you want to send something along to help with the cleanup, we would love it. Thank you.
Okay, and so real quick, let's do our Okay, great. And we are getting some love from our AfterBuzz engineers saying they can pick them up as well. So we will figure that out. But let's do our update. We had Ruminate. And this was something that Mark Cuban invested in last season, I believe. It was $500,000, $500,000 for 5% of Ruminate. And I loved this idea. I don't know, you guys all remember watching this. Yeah. And the thing that stood out to me about this deal was when the girls were saying they were going to change the picture on the box to a boy, and one of his things was saying that they had to keep the picture a girl. And I feel like what this is doing and how they say this, there's so many toys for boys, and I feel like a lot of the girls' toys are geared towards dolls and pretty and fashion. But there's nothing wrong with that, but there's also more and more women nowadays that are engineers that do want to do different things, because as the playing field levels between men and women in work, there's more opportunities. So I feel like there's a great toy for them to,
Yeah, I'm so happy to see how crazy successful they are right now. 1 year after the Shark Tank deal, $4.5 million in sales, and that's not counting the Walmart deal they got. And the thing I'm interested in is kind of what you're talking about and how it'll get played out over the next couple of years with the ongoing gender discussion that is happening, and if this is going to have an effect, because there's been toys in toy aisles at Target and Walmart and all these things that have been, hey, you can't put this in the boys only, you can't put this in the girls only, and things like that. And so I wonder if that'll have an effect on this, or if simply some people will see that it's empowering young girls and they're going to let it go. Yep. Either way, I think it's a great idea, and the app that they came out with that they showed at the end of the update.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah. I mean, these girls are smart.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm really, really...
I was super impressed too.
Yeah, I was really impressed. And they did, in the first year and a half out, they did $1.7 million in sales. And it's been almost a year since they were on Shark Tank, and their sales are up to $4.5 million.
Oh, yeah.
So they're doing something right. And I love...
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great business ideas on this show, but I love the ideas that actually kind of make a difference in the world. Like the pizza's great, love it. The brookies, I'm sure they're going to be delicious, love it. But stuff like this too, not only is it a good product and we love these two girls, it's education. It's something that, I feel is a great product.
I'm with you.
Agreed.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, is there
agreed.
anything else that you guys want to touch on before we wrap up this episode?
I just want the brookies next week.
Yeah, we're
So
going to have
excited.
brookies. We're going to have brookies. I can't wait. Don't tell me the calorie count either if you guys figured it out. But I want a blonde.
And we need to figure out how you actually pronounce the name. Since you still sound like
Brookies, I think.
Brookie.
Brookie.
You know why I'm saying that? You know why?
Uh-oh.
Because they used to have this Fig Newton cookie, and they were called Frukies.
Frukies?
They're like healthy Fig Newton type cookie. My uncle used to get them all the time. They were called Frukies, and I really liked them. So I think that's what's happening in my head. But we will find out. We will be back. We will have Brookies. I'm so excited. I just want to meet them.
I
too,
forgot
and give
to
them a
mention
hug.
also that during the week I got a tweet from David Meniane, I forget how to pronounce his name, the CEO of Vic's Kitchen, from last season, saying that he liked our show and that he's going to send us some almond water.
Yes.
So
We
that
love
is,
it.
we're going to have a whole meal here.
It's amazing.
Yes. Dude wipes,
And
get on top of
again,
it.
dude wipes.
They're
And
necessary
the
now.
edible lollyware.
An edible
lolly.
yes, we'll pour the almond
Send
water
us
in the
some
lollyware.
lollyware.
You missed that episode.
All
Sorry, you're
right.
looking confused.
Totally.
Eat it all.
I will
Eat
be
it all.
right on top of that edible lollyware. All right, until next week, where can the people find you guys?
Guy David 86.
And you, Zoe?
Zoe said what? I forgot, as I was starting to say that.
Zoe said,
Said what?
Zoe said what means what Zoe just said. What's her Twiddle handle?
you haven't followed me on Instagram, by the way.
I didn't know what your new one was because you were two guys and a girl or something before. You
Yeah,
were something
Guy
else.
David 86.
Now, anyway, Zoe said what? That ZOE said what?
Go.
There it is.
Cam.
At the only camshaft, Twitter and Instagram. Stef Z.
You guys can find me, Stef Z, at IAMSCEFZ, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
This guy, and I tweet the businesses every week.
Are we supposed to buzz
Yeah.
you later?
Oh, we didn't do it.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.